He cared for, respected, and trusted his employees and showed this by taking the time to listen and invest in the employee. And whereas Bill has great fashion sense. A great fashion sense. Therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Supervisors of the County of Lassen that Bill Joyce be commended for his 15 years of service to the citizens of Lassen County, and that the Board of Supervisors wishes him well for many years to come. Thank you, Bill, for your... Somebody like to say something?
If I could say something, we got a lot of retirees, so I'll try to be brief. I am going to miss Bill. First and foremost, he has been a mentor to me, and not only to me, but to so many staff. One of the things that he said to me is that he has success in the success of others. And that is so important in social services, to recognize that we only succeed when our staff succeed and when our staff helps the public that we serve succeed. I want to say that one of the best things about Bill is the courage that he has in standing up for and holding us accountable to do what is right, both technically and morally, and we're going to miss you. Thank you.
I'll be quick. 4 of these retirees are from my department. I want to echo what Eric said about Bill. He's been great. I was on the panel that hired him, and I like to joke with Bill that we've been together longer than I was with both of my ex-husbands. He's been a great friend. He's been a great supporter of the wraparound program. Wouldn't have gotten off the ground without Bill. He really developed that program. He really developed the Bridges program, too, into a really, well, I'll just say kick-butt program. He's been a great role model for the staff. He's kind, compassionate, practical, and as was mentioned, he's a snappy dresser, which is, people laugh about that, but he's a good example for staff. We could use a little more snappy dressers around here. Bill, I just want to say we're going to miss you.
Thank you. Okay, Keith?
Okay.
Keith Cord? Booker? Maybe before we're done. Keith, all right. Okay. Keith on his retirement in the Lassen County Behavioral Health Department, whereas Keith became employed on January 5th, 1998, and worked as a rehabilitation specialist until his retirement on December 20th, 2013. He previously worked as a case manager in the PACE program, and whereas Keith provided individual rehabilitation services to children and adults, basically teaching a variety of life skills. Case manager services, linking individuals and families with community resources in order to have basic needs met and manage clients' mental health cases. And whereas Keith would always help co-workers in any way possible, he was very devoted to his clients, both children and adults, helping them to achieve the best outcomes. He was well liked by his clients. He made them feel comfortable by meeting them out in the community in natural settings. He was accepting of whatever his clients were in their lives and generally encouraged them to progress in a healthy direction. And whereas Keith has a wonderful sense of play and humor, performing stand-up comedies for staff and playing pranks on his co-workers. He was always the first to volunteer to prepare a delicious dish for staff potlucks, and he participated for many years in the community chili cook-offs, winning first place twice in recent years. His loves in his personal life are his family first and outdoor activities and sports second. Thank you, Keith. My pleasure.
I have worked with Scott, pardon me, with Keith most of the last week. And Keith and I both worked for Bill Jost. And Bill was probably the most passionate employee I've ever had, to say the least. Keith, I couldn't echo that, couldn't do as good a job as that proclamation. We had a roast a couple of weeks ago. And the roast was pretty accurate for both Mr. Jost and Mr. Coker. An incredible thing. Keith has been great in the community. He's a wonderful citizen, has a lot of interests, helps a lot of people, as well as what he's done for mental health and the clients that we serve. We're neighbors, we shoot a little, hunt a little bit, fish a little bit. So I'll get to continue to see him. It would really be a difficult time for me if his retirement meant I wouldn't see him anymore.
Okay. Melanie?
Did you want to say something, Bart?
Who?
Well, we've already arranged in the hallway to make sure that Keith would still bring chili to our potluck, so he's not really leaving. And we're always looking for mental health advisory board members, so we've done our workout.
Don't sound like you're retired.
They're always part of the
Now, we've all
family.
got ideas for Keith to keep him busy. I've known Keith since he started working for the county, and he really is. He's just been, as the kids say, the bomb as a case manager. And the kids love him. He really meets them right where they're at. They know he likes kids, and so they feel very comfortable with Keith, and he really stays on top of them, does a good job with them. And you know, I've been kidding him about, because he likes to entertain and play the guitar, and he got a brand new, beautiful bass guitar the other night for his retirement. And so I've been trying to talk him into going back and doing a remake of Hee Haw, because he would just be awesome at playing the guitar. And we're going to miss you, Keith.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Next, we got Christina Nevins. Adult Services. Pleasure. Proclamation in honor of Christina Nevins on her retirement from Lassen County Adult Services. Whereas Christina Nevins began her employment on December 19th, 2005, and held her current position as Senior Social Worker 3 for Adult Services, IHSS, APS, Quality Assurance, until her retirement on December 20th, 2013. She previously worked as a social worker for Family and Child Protective Services and Community Social Services. And whereas Christina was knowledgeable, thoughtful, kind, patient, supportive, sincere, and always very inquisitive. She could always be playful and even mischievous, really. On occasion, and whereas Christina was known for reading, napping, in parentheses, in her car, at the park if delayed in returning from lunch. She will be missed for her clever banter with co-workers. She should be extremely generous at times with client services. She needed to be reminded each day, 15 minutes prior to leaving work, to start looking for her keys. She was known to be a great animal. Great animal lover, and had demonstrated in dramatic fashion on at least one occasion her belief that APS stands not only for Adult Protective Services, but for Animal Protective Services. My pleasure. Who would like to do this one?
Go ahead.
There you go.
I know Mel will say something else. I want to say, Chris, how much we'll miss you and how much we value the calm presence that you bring to work, your ability to focus on what's important in your work and to just get it done. And I want to highlight that Chris in Adult Protective Services came into the in-home supportive services branch and completed a backlog of work from a staff vacancy, put in the time and effort to get it done, and did it with remarkable accuracy. And you've left us in a good place. Thank you, Chris.
Melanie?
You know, you look at Chris, you think, oh, that's somebody's sweet little grandma with twinkling eyes. Yeah, the story we heard the other night about the animal protection gig. I never knew that you had that in you, Chris. And we will miss you, Chris, and you have done a wonderful job everywhere you've worked, and I'm very happy that you finished your years here with us. So thank you.
Thank you for hiring me.
Mary Jo
Perlbach,
Harabon. Who's Mary Jo?
because she's not coming.
Mary Jo not here? Okay, would somebody from Is that Melanie good or no?
Do I have to stand up there?
You want to accept that for her?
I will, thank you.
Okay.
Can I say a couple things about
You
Mary
can
Jo?
say anything you would like.
Please. Mary Jo's worked for Community Social Services and Child and Family Services as a social worker. She's also served as facilitator in the Family Solutions Program. Most recently, her job in Community Social Services was training and supporting and encouraging our clients to work. She has had difficult conversations, taught basic skills that most of us who think would be common sense for people entering the workforce. She has the ability to tactfully and kindly teach those skills. Mary Jo has true enthusiasm. It's not the loud, raucous kind. It is the true spirit that she brings to work. She doesn't just have a positive attitude, she has a positive presence. And I have to say that Mary Jo has improved everything and everyone that she's worked with, and we are truly better off because of her service.
And I'll just echo that and add that we liked Mary Jo so much, we actually hired her back twice. That doesn't happen very often.
Okay, next we got Mike Schmidt, Sheriff's Department. He hides, and there he is. You gotta come up here in front, do your presentation. Hey, my pleasure. Proclamation in honor of David Mike Schmidt on his retirement from the Lassen County Sheriff's Office. Mike became employed on June 1st, 1992 as Deputy Sheriff. He promoted to Sergeant on September 1st, 2002, a position he held until his retirement on December 29th, 2012. And whereas Mike began his career in public service with the United States Navy from 1979 till 1983, and whereas Mike started in the Eagle Lake resident post working all over northern Lassen County until 1997 as a lifelong recreational sport diver. Mike started serving as a public safety diver in 1995. He completed public safety dives in Eagle Lake, Shoverton Lake, Honey Lake, Blue Lake, Truckee River, Susan River, Lake Almanor, Walker Lake, and the A.B. Canal. That must have been interesting.
No, it wasn't.
Mike transferred to the main office in Susanville in 1997 and was a field training officer until his promotion to sergeant in 2002. In 2003, Mike transferred to the jail and served as second in command of custody division, responsible for the operations of the Lassen CCF. He was division training manager and primary liaison for all annual adults audits and inspections. In 2005, Mike was assigned as the welfare fraud investigator and the patrol division training manager, coordinating with the Commission on Peace Officer Standards and Training. He was in charge of the boating program, scheduling deputies, applying for grant funding, and procurement of the sheriff's inflatable boat, related safety, radio, sonar, and surface radar equipment, and scuba gear. In 2010, Mike became a patrol sergeant and helped supervise the field training program while continuing to supervise the boating program. Mike officially retired in 2012 but returned to part-time service in charge of all pre-employment requirements and background investigations. My pleasure, Mike. John, Dean?
I'll start that, Mr. Chairman. I've known Mike Schmidt longer than anyone in the sheriff's office because Mike and I got hired the same day by Ron Jarrell back in May of 1992. And as you read, Mike started on June 1st. I didn't get to start till June 8th, so I didn't let me never forget those 7 days he had on me throughout our career. As you read, Mike was active in our dive program. He's been in about every body of water in Lassen County on rescue dives or search dives. Right before he retired, he was helping us pull a car out of Walker Lake. Right after he retired, he was helping us look for a piece of evidence in a shooting out in the A.B. Canal. He's been in and out of the water. He's been in and out of. He's been in charge of our training. That is as important a job as we have. I mean, It's difficult to put most important, but taking care of training, which helps out our professional standard, which brings that enhanced job knowledge to all of our employees. That really is that important ripple effect that not everybody gets to do. He did that. He took good care of it in the jail. He took good care of it on patrol, made sure we were in training compliance, which keeps us out of trouble. But just for the betterment of our employees and the people we serve is the biggest part of that training faction that Mike took care of. As you read, when he retired in December, his retirement slipped under the radar of the recognition committee because we grabbed him right away as soon as he retired, just when you thought you were out. We pulled him back in, and we brought him back for background purposes. And there again, there's no more important decision that the sheriff makes on a regular basis other than who to hire and sometimes who not to hire. The sheriff made a commitment to put only the best, most qualified people on the streets of Lassen County as peace officers and serving our citizens. And the only way to do that is to screen them properly. And Mike's been in there, he digs in, he looks hard. And having been with us for 20 years, he knows what we need. He knows that we will not compromise on people with their credibility. He knows that we will not compromise on people that are willing to go out and serve the public. And those are important things. When you have somebody who already has those core values and can say, this is what we're going to bring to Lassen County, we're already a step ahead. He's not just our first line of defense on who we hire, he's our Secretary of Defense. He's the person that helps get this stuff to the sheriff so the sheriff can make informed hiring decisions. And that is a huge deal. It's huge for all of us because we all enjoy the services of the people that are out there in those patrol cars or manning that jail or answering that 911. He's done backgrounds on every entry-level classification we have over the past year. And about 16 since June, Mike?
25.
So we are really stacking them up. I'm happy to say we don't have to say, Mike, we'll miss you because we kept him close, and hopefully he'll be willing to stay with us and keep doing that work. So thank you, Mike.
Hey, John?
I'll keep mine short, but actually the first time I met Mike Schmidt, I was out on the range. I was a brand new deputy. You know, and back at that time we had Bill Sieglio and Galen Todd and all these very intimidating people. And I felt totally out of place as a skinny little 21 or 22-year-old kid. And it's time to shoot, and I start shooting. And next thing you know, the guy on my right starts dancing around, cussing and groaning, and thinking, what the heck? And finally we get done, and I look over, and all my brass was flying right over and hitting him, and some of them went down his collar. So,
Very hot when they do that.
Mike was a little upset. I was already intimidated, and I thought, boy, this guy's going to hate me forever. But anyways, it was just, you know, Mike's done a great job for us, known him a long time, and, you know, obviously professionally, but also personally, you know, he was a driving force for many years behind our large Christmas parties, retirement parties, anything, all those social events away from work. You know, he still does some of those at his house. But that was so important for our department as I was growing up and getting to know everybody. And, you know, again, I think that's just as important as the on-duty work. But on duty, you know, I'm not going to repeat the things John already acknowledged, but, you know, we hated to lose him from full-time service, but we are. It's been so wonderful having him help us with backgrounds. You know, we used to have to sit there and grab a sergeant and say, hey, do a background on this guy. And the problem is it created inconsistencies in what I received in the way of work product. So now we got Mike to the proper training. He's doing a wonderful job. And like the undersheriff said, ensuring that we hire the best people for the people of our county. So thank you, Mike. Congratulations.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Lord. You know what, we need a break. 5-minute recess.
Very tough. How do you know it? better. I've seen better days.
I don't need one.
We got a couple hugs left. We got some extra hugs.
No, you didn't. It's,